Hey Emily, we're all about time to value these days, right? So, I mean, like one of the biggest challenges with our customers is how do we make sure we're delivering solutions for them in a timely fashion. How have you seen applications changing that?
Yeah, massively. I think you're right. Nobody wants to wait 18 months, 2 years for an implementation when the world is going to look very different by that time anyway. Um, Anaplan has fundamentally changed the way enterprise software is deployed in the sense that it's no longer about, well, let's whiteboard and build something for you. We're very much coming with a point of view. So with our pre-built best-in-class applications that can be deployed in rapid time, and then as needed, they can obviously still extend on the platform for those kind of more edge use cases or nuanced requirements. We've always been super flexible, right? So I think those nuanced requirements we can really embrace rather than just tolerate. And our co-modeler capability increases that exponentially as well. So rather than having to go and build those edge cases on top of our applications, the co-modeler can take some prompts and build on top of our very comprehensive framework essentially.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's been a game changer. I was out with a massive global footwear manufacturing customer, and it not only is changing the timeline and how they do the implementation, but it's also changing how they actually go about doing the design process. As you said, like they can load the data in super fast. We can help them cleanse the data very quickly, and then they can actually see the best practices in action with their data. And so when you're doing that design phase, all of a sudden you're not, to your point, just whiteboarding out what do you want, what's the vision, or what is your current state process, which probably isn't best in class. It's often disjointed, and you've got different people doing it in different ways across the regions. You're now able to show them here's what good can look like, and it really helps to drive consensus faster and get to not only alignment on the business on how you should do the process, but alignment on how to do it in a better way. And I think double that down with the adoption. So part of the timeline is, okay, great. Is it going to take 3 or 4 months to implement? Part of the timeline is how long then does it take to actually ramp up users? And if you've got this process in a way that's super intuitive and tied back to how the users think about their day-to-day life, we've seen adoption rates just accelerate massively too.
100%. People find it so much easier to say what they don't want than what they do. So if they see something immediately, they can see the areas where they may need to flex. But you're right, the critical path for our projects is not the technology, actually, it's the readiness of the organization. And that is helped massively by what we've put in place from a user experience point of view. If I think about, for example, one of our customers, a premium spirits distiller, they were under really tight time pressures when they span off from their parent company. They had only quite a short grace period in which they could use the parent company's kind of incumbent technology. And they didn't want to because it didn't service their needs, particularly around some of the more specific needs to do with like inventory management for things like whiskies, super long time scales, etc. So they had to have something in place, as I say, really quickly. And we did that for them 12 weeks, start to finish, demand and inventory planning. And this has been wildly successful. They're very happy with the product, users are in it every day. They've seen a 20% forecast accuracy improvement already. And now, they can look to expand into other use cases. So if you have the drive internally, we can absolutely do it in record time. It's just about making sure that your people and your data are all in line.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. It's not just about faster; it's also about getting more, right? We're not just enabling a minimum viable product, sort of MVP. We're truly enabling the full end-to-end solution faster. And I think that's key to driving value, driving adoption, etc. I know we're going to talk more about data in future conversations, but I think being able to help them accelerate that data management process as part of this implementation has also been a huge game changer.
Absolutely. Both from a speed point of view, a trust point of view, and therefore adoption, I guess. So, yeah, I completely agree.